Hi everyone, this is Aditya Raj. I have GATE DA AI 23. I got it in 2026, and I'm also a mathematics and computing graduate from IIT Delhi. So today we will be seeing what topic comes frequently in GATE DA. We will be doing deep analysis of DA, various topics in GATE DA, and check their respective weightage. Okay, so yeah, firstly, drop in the comment section which year you are targeting, GATE 2027 or 2028. So yeah, let's begin. So, if you are preparing for GATE DA, there is a hard truth. Okay, first of all, that preparing without analyzing any past paper or trends, it is a guaranteed way that you would be wasting your time. So, um, just to help you all out, in 2026, the pattern underwent a massive structural shift. So, over 50 out of 80 core marks, I must have added that in one slide, and that must be below. So I was saying that in 2026, the exam pattern had a dramatic shift, and over 50 out of 85 core marks came just from three subjects. So in this 30 minutes breakdown session, we will go through all the seven core subjects. We will see uh, certain classified subtopics within them, and we will see how the paper has evolved over the last 3 years. So first of all, you must be knowing the structure, right? This is the paper structure that you get 100 marks total marks, and you get 65 questions to attempt, and there is a 3 hour duration, and the portion for the general aptitude is fixed at 15 marks, right? Now, uh, as regarding the overall distribution, I've compiled here the distribution chart. It's a histogram chart showing the weightage of marks distribution of the various subjects in GATE DA. So look at this. In this, you will note that in 2024 and 25, GATE DA was primarily a pure math paper. Okay, if you see, 2024 and 25 are highlighted with these two colors. So it was purely a math paper, but that consisted of probability, statistics, and linear algebra. Okay, and that actually accounted for around 33 to 35 marks. But if your math was strong, you cleared the exam easily. But in 2026, IT Guwahati actually shift the paradigm. How? So DBMS and programming and data structure and machine learning, it actually got exploded, and out of for 50 out of 85 core marks. So that is, if you note down, it's actually 60% or the of the entire core section. So if you're still spending 70% of your time on uh, pure calculus or linear algebra, uh, actually you would regret it later. So you must adapt your strategy accordingly. Okay, so you must adapt your strategy accordingly. Now, I've added the distribution through this histogram plot. You can see that, and you will gain more clarity if you have a look. Okay, for the DBMS part, I guess where it is, yeah, there is a monotonic. This is like a monotonic function, monotonic increasing, right? So yeah, you must expect DBMS, ML, and DSA more and more in the upcoming years. So yeah, that's about this. Now, if you examine the raw numbers, general aptitude is always fixed at 15. Okay, no debate over that. But DBMS is something, and data structure and programming also, you need to put more emphasis upon. Meanwhile, let's do the analysis also. If you see, the linear algebra, it actually fell from 17 to 18 marks. Okay, and artificial intelligence, it was around 10 marks in 2024, then 3, and then 8. So it's variable. We can't find any pattern here. Okay, so that was about this. Now, so based on this 3 year analysis, I've also made what to expect yeah, I have also put a pie chart. Through this pie chart, you can analyze the distribution, the weightage distribution of this can tell you how much time you need to devote to which. Okay. Uh, one more thing, one more question. Like, I would need response from you guys. What do you think? Do you think linear algebra will rebound in 2027? So drop your predictions in the comment section below. Okay, regarding linear algebra specifically. So now, which topics are actually trending? If you see, I've here put a plot regarding the topics distribution, and I've also estimated kind of put a estimation on their of their or the estimated number of questions from that subject in 2027. So I got a graph something like this. This is a pure I just have put a regression model to work here. Okay, so it was a kind of an interesting task to do. So yeah, actually this says that DBMS and data structure and algorithms are here to stay. DBMS will likely slightly be reduced to somewhat 13 marks or around. The math will be mean reward, like linear algebra dropped to an all-time low. So we can expect a recovery of 9 to 11 marks for LA. Okay. And machine learning is the bedrock. Okay, consistently you can there has been around 15 questions, 15 marks for ML, so you can expect that for now also. AI remains actually volatile, so no comments on that. Okay, now so yeah, this is clear. This if this part is clear, I guess. Okay, so this is a projected weightage, and I have also given you the estimated numbers. You can refer this, and you can structure your studies, like you can structure your preparation according to this. So yeah. So now let's step by step do the subject-wise analysis. In the subject-wise analysis, you would be seeing some. I have plotted the subtopics on a graph like of thing having two coordinate axes. One represents effort and the other represents the yield, right? So I have classified them as high effort high yield, high effort low yield, etc. And I have also put some interesting things like the important topics within subtopics within each subject to prioritize more if you have short time. So yeah, this will also be very helpful, so pay attention. So first up is probability and statistics, right? So we project that in 13 to 15 marks in probability and stats for 2027. So if you look at the first quadrant, it represents Bayes theorem, CDF properties, and some basic combinatorics. Okay, so these have been tested every single year from 2024 to 2026. So you can't leave this. You need to master these first. Like these are your first priority. Okay. You need to master these first. These on the scale of effort versus yield, if you see, these have a more yield and require relatively lesser effort. Right. So you need to prioritize this. Now, in worth grind target joint distributions come, and you have calculating covariance and correlation and hypothesis testing, and for the quick pickup parts, that requires low effort but have relatively lower yield, are the ones like confidence interval, mean, median, mode, basics. Okay. And yeah, you can skip this. This isn't much required, so you can skip this also. Next up, let's see the linear algebra part. So linear algebra, it actually hit a 3-year low of 8 marks in 2027, as you see, 8 marks in 2027. But we expect a rebound of 10 to 13 marks in it. Okay, we expect a rebound of around 10 to 13 marks within it. So, in linear algebra, your do first list should be of eigenvectors, eigenvalues, and specifically some matrix properties like projection and idempotent matrix properties. So these are the ones that should be your first priority, if I see. Okay, these are the ones that will yield you much more marks. Uh, like if you see, projection and idempotent matrix were tested twice actually in 2026 alone. This topic, if you see, this was tested in 2026 twice. Okay. Now, we will move to the worth the grind topics. The word to grind topics are SVD and PCA, and you must also be knowing about quadratic forms, right? So yeah, and the topics which I'll suggest you to skip if you if you don't have enough time are the ones like Gaussian elimination and LU decomposition. Okay, you can skip those. Like, exam is actually trying to test some conceptual matrix properties. It don't want you to know the brute force computations like involved in Gaussian elimination or LU decomposition. Okay, these are brute force computation methods. So the exam, from the exam point of view, these are not uh, much essential. Okay, now let's move to calculus. So calculus and optimization is actually the one topic that is most predictable in the entire paper. This, if you see, is the most predictable thing. How? Uh, it consistently yields you around 8 to 10 marks and has the high tightest syllabus, right? You can expect around 8 to 10 marks each year. So in this case, your do first strategy should be, that is, the first strategy should be these, that is maximum, minima, derivative test, and Taylor and Maclaurin series. Okay, and the worth to grind topics could be gradient descent and regularization, objective optimization, and obviously you can skip series convergence or typical things. So more focus should be on applied calculus for ML. Okay, your focus more should be on applied calculus for ML. Okay, try to prioritize this. Now, let's see programming and data structures. So, if you move to the programming and data structure part, so let's for now say it, call it PDSA. Okay, now PDSA is a major scoring tool. How? It accounted for around 16 marks in 2025 and 26, right? It accounted for 16 marks in 2025 and 2026. Now, what could be the do first or more prioritized topics within this? So, if you see, if you know how to compute time and space complexity of certain sorting algorithms, you know how to implement binary search, you know comparison counts. So that could be the more should be the more priority based topics. Now, the topics which actually yield you more, have a similar yield but require a little more effort are the those that you need to decode Python code snippets given, right? So gate DA test unique Python behaviors. Like, specifically, if I talk about, you must be knowing, have read about scope of variables. Then you must have known about closures. Then you must have known about mutable default arguments, right? So these are the some of the favorite topic which Gate actually wants to test the students for the depth of Python, right? For the depth of Python. So these exact topics were actually tested, if you see, twice in 2022. So make sure you practice these. And one more important part is recursive calls. Recursive calls. So recursive call is one of the most important and favorite topic of Gate D. So don't lose yourself on these, at least these. Now, the thing which you can actually deprioritize are certain things related to BFS, DFS, or Dijkstra algorithms. So, like, you can ignore Dijkstra algorithm for now. You can understand basic DFS and BFS will work. for the perspective of gate DA, DFS and BFS will work, right? Now, let's see the subtopics in DBMS and warehousing. Okay, so DBMS was actually the standout subject in 2027, to be honest. So it reached a staggering 18 marks, while it may have been slightly, I personally feel that DBMS might slightly move to a lower end, that is around 10 to 12 marks. Okay, in 2027, because we know DBMS doesn't have anything to do with machine learning, deep learning, etc. Like the other subjects, they are actually involved in the core mathematics of machine learning and deep learning. But DBMS don't have, and DBMS actually also doesn't help you later on. So I would suggest, do also think that its weightage would get reduced in the upcoming years. So, all, although this is essential for now, okay. Now let's see the do first topics in DBMS. So, if I talk about normalization, topics like finding functional dependencies, finding candidate keys, and converting from one form to another, like converting 3NF to BCNF, etc. And also questions like converting ER diagrams into relational tables in the topic of warehousing. So you can expect those, okay. And those are actually the high yield topics. Now, the topics which also required effort and give you more are like B trees. B trees in 2026, there were two separate questions, if I can recall, on B tree node capacity. Right. It this had two separate questions. This had two separate questions on B plus tree node. Okay. And so you need to master B plus tree. And for the part that you can skip is actually you can skip the OLAP part. Okay, that involves cuboid type calculations. You can skip that part. So let's move to the heavyweight topic. This is heavyweight, if I be honest to you. So machine learning is actually the heavyweight champion. It's the centerpiece of entire gate DA syllabus. So I actually personally feel I project 18 to 22 marks in 2027 for this particular topic. Okay, why I'm saying that? Because come on, machine learning is what is driving the various systems around, and gate DA would obviously like to prioritize it. So if you see the topics which have yielded you people much throughout the 3 years, those are actually bias variance decomposition and certain evaluation matrix which we have, like precision recall, F1 score, confusion matrix, and the exact mathematical differences, like in linear algebra there exists two some subtopics, regression and lasso regression. So differences between them, so such topics are the most prior topics that you should target. Now, the topics which also yield you marks and which have been asked throughout are like multi-layer perceptron, parameter counting, PCA-SVD, and some questions related to decision tree, information gain, etc. Now, the topics which actually require more effort, which you can prioritize less, are the ones I'm not telling you to leave these. These shouldn't be left. Like if I tell you shouldn't be left, but you can give them lesser priority. Okay, so those are full back propagation and hierarchical clustering and multiple linkage. Okay, so these are the things that I mean by these topics. I mean, like suppose you have to derive full back propagation, you need to know every partial derivative, and you need to perform multi-step hierarchical clustering calculation. So those type of problems are actually not asked in KDA, but you must be knowing about those. but try to put less time if you have lesser time with you. So let's move to the AI paper. So for the AI subject, uh, this is the last subject I guess we would be covering. Yeah. So for the AI subject, AI has been a little volatile. Like we had 10 marks in 2024, then down to it moved down to 3 in 2025, and it had around 8 marks in 2026, if I can recall. So I won't suggest you to over invest hundreds of hours. Like you should have your preparation targeted. Like for the targeted prep, I have classified things for you to simplify your task. Like you can expect mean, max, alpha, beta tracing, and alpha beta pruning tracing, and propositional logic truth tables. So those are the important topics that will actually yield you marks. And first order logic validity, entailment, quantifier conversions. So these will also yield you marks but require more effort. So in 20 to 26, if you see, multiple questions actually try to target FOL syntax and semantics, right? Syntax and semantics. Also, if you try to review A star search heuristic, admissibility conditions, so those are also important. Okay. Now for the topics that you can leave, you can't, you shouldn't expect much from them are like we have complex variable elimination algorithms in Bayesian networks, so you can skip those for now. Okay. If I mention complex variable elimination algorithms, so you can skip those for uh, give them less priority. Okay. Now, moving to the last slide. So in the last slide, I have put a high impact summary card. So it actually states you the high return subtopic from each subject. Okay, so for the DBMS, we have normalization, relational map, ER2 relation map. For the machine learning, we have bias, variance, reasoning, ridge and lasso theory. Probability and statistics, we have Bayes theorem, CDF property, memorylessness property. I just mean that suppose if you have very much less time along with your classes and all, and you just need one particular high yielding topic per subject to have a good distribution to at a maximum number of questions in 2027 or 2028, you should target these. Okay. For linear algebra, we have eigenvalues, eigenvector, projection matrices. For calculus, we have maximum minima theory, Taylor series. And from programming, we have sorting and binary search. And for artificial intelligence, we have mean, max, alpha, beta, propositional logic. Right. Now, if you want this entire slide, all these slides, please comment golden 7 below. Attach the link of downloadable PDF sheet or maybe a presentation of this priority map of this the entire content that I have used in this session. So so just master these 7 topics and you can secure a solid baseline score before even touching the rest of the syllabus. That would be my advice actually to you all. And now, if you want my personal advice for you for 2027 and 2028, I would say that there could be 5 distinct strategic execution rules. Okay. The first could be anchor on DBMS programming and data structure. So these are the highest, most stable return these have. And you need to rebuild your mathematical depth. You should expect probability statistics, and I can guarantee that you should expect linear algebra to rebound because linear algebra is what is the essential core of machine learning and deep learning. and focus on numericals, the machine learning numericals, like those involving finding different matrix, parameter counting. And for the general aptitude, just put in some amount of time weekly. That will be more than enough. And keep AI part compact, like aim for like you can actually you should actually try to increase your accuracy over the AI type of problems. Okay. And it actually has lower time if investment also, it expects much less. Now two things I will like you all to answer so I can decide what to make videos on next. So let me know in the comment section what actually, which question format do you think actually looks more haunting to you? Where you compromise more marks, like MSQ or NATs? Okay, so let me know in the comments. And lastly, uh, I will attach the downloadable full PDF breakdown, and you can download the PDF using that link in the description. So yeah, hit the like button if this analysis was helpful in any way to you, and yeah, subscribe for more DA content. And one more important thing, and the most important thing, actually comment your target score below. I want to know what you all are expecting. So yeah, keep grinding, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.